Hi everyone, this is Nitin Chhoda, author of the book Physical Therapy Marketing for the New Economy and founder of Nitin360.com. Now in this video, I'm going to teach you the 4 elements of a successful newsletter. I've actually managed to analyze the newsletters of a local business, specifically a Massage Envy in my area, and I think this is going to be extremely valuable. I hope everyone's having a wonderful start to the week so far. And let me jump right into the 4 elements of a successful newsletter. The first and the most important element, I'm actually going to demonstrate this to you, is the big message. Every single newsletter should have a message that immediately jumps out at the reader. It can be something like something pertaining to the time of the year, something pertaining to an announcement. I'll give you specific examples as we go along, but every newsletter should have a big message. The next important component of a newsletter is the importance of spotlighting someone. Now, if you use therapy newsletter, you're probably familiar with the physician profiling principle, where you can actually spotlight a physician in a newsletter, and that gives you a valid reason to initiate contact with the doctor. So it's important to spotlight someone, whether it's a staff member, a patient, or a physician. Make sure you feature someone in your newsletter. Now, the third important component is an event. It's very important that your newsletter announce some sort of an event, whether it's a little workshop in your practice or something that some sort of a patient appreciation day that you're organizing, or even a little celebration where you're inviting patients to celebrate perhaps an anniversary or even a farewell party for one of your staff members. But it's important to announce an event as often as you can in a newsletter. And finally, and the most important thing, is the offer. Your newsletter has to have a specific offer which makes patients take notice and come back into your clinic, which makes physicians think of you when they want to refer someone, and which makes staff want to read, be featured in the newsletter, and even promote the newsletter to everyone who comes into your clinic. So there has to be an offer, a call to action that gets you what you want, which is either increased referrals, a better reputation, or overall visibility in the community. So these are the essential components of a newsletter. And now I'll actually show you a newsletter being implemented by a local Massage Envy, which does a fantastic job implementing all the 4 components of the big message, spotlight, event, and offer. So I'm a member of the local Massage Envy here where I live in New Jersey, and you'll notice a big message right away in their July newsletter. Now the message is "Beat the heat in July with a cool massage." Now, like I said, there's a big message right away which ties in the summer with the massage. That is what they offer. So I think that right there is an example of a big message. Now, as you scroll down the newsletter, it gets really interesting what they do here. And actually my eyes jumped immediately to this section right here. It's not really a spotlight, which is a second component of a successful newsletter, but it is very interesting because it has a personal component to it. Recently, one of our sales associates, Joanna, has left to pursue her dreams of working with animals. Actually, before I continue, I want you to know that you can make this video full screen by clicking on the link on the bottom right hand side of this video. You should be able to see some sort of an icon on the bottom right hand side, so you can watch this video in full screen, and then you'll probably be able to read the text along with me much easier. So jumping back to this section right here. Recently, one of our sales associates, Joanna, has left to pursue her dreams of working with animals. She found a wonderful job as a vet and couldn't be happier. And this says she's one of the sweetest persons out there. She was a very hard worker, and we'll truly miss seeing her smiling face behind the desk. Now this is way better than a spotlight, because what this does is it sets up that human link, that human connection between the business, which in this case is a Massage Envy in Morris Plains, New Jersey, and the reader, which in this case is myself. It's either a prospect or a customer. So this is a human connection in a newsletter, which is very critical. Now I talk about this in therapy newsletter as bonding content. There are 3 types of content: clinical content, which provides information that helps the patient in their day-to-day life. There's authority content, which the type of content that sets you apart as an expert. And there's bonding content, the kind of content that establishes a personal, deep, meaningful connection with the reader. Now, in this case, you will notice that the Massage Envy newsletter focuses heavily on the bonding aspect of it. Like right here, the therapist spotlight, which comes back to the spotlight component of our 4 successful elements. And I find it interesting that they refer to a massage therapist as a therapist, which I suppose is a separate video. But Kiara went to Anthem Institute for Massage Therapy. She wasn't always dreaming of being a massage therapist. She's very artistic. She draws, plays video games. She's a talented therapist and can do anything from Swedish to deep tissue massage. Now you can see how the spotlight component of the 4 elements. Just to recap the 4 elements: there's a big message, there's a spotlight, there's an event, and there's an offer. Now you'll notice how the spotlight component is highlighted here in this particular newsletter. And speaking of events, what they have here, they haven't really highlighted the events. Actually, here they've highlighted them in both the newsletters, because I'm going to show you both. There's July and August. Here's the event. On September 19th, we'll be having our annual Healing Hands for Arthritis event. Book your appointment now to help a great cause. So what they've done is not only have they highlighted an event, they've tied it into an important cause. Great job, both from a community service standpoint, an ethical standpoint, and a marketing perspective. And right here, this is where things get important. This is the offer. Pre-book your next session or purchase any retail product and pick a flag to win a prize. And this right here is what really makes the whole thing impactful and makes the whole thing beneficial for Massage Envy, because now what they have is they have the big message, they have the spotlight, the event, and the offer. And here's another spotlight. You can see how heavy the emphasis is on the spotlight component with these newsletters. And another interesting component is the birthday feature. See a sales associate for a birthday treat. Great stuff and a great marketing overall. Now, I also got a copy. I wanted to observe their patterns, which is why I got the July newsletter, and I also got a copy of the August newsletter. And that's where the patterns jumped out at me, and that's how I decided to create this training video for you. But going to the August newsletter, you'll notice again, there's a big message. Sail into August with Morris Plains Massage Envy. Now, this isn't as specific a message as their August message, but it is a message nevertheless. They could have made some sort of a reference to the change in climate and to the fact that that it's fall and there needs to be some sort of a back to school special. They didn't do that effectively. They could have. I think they kind of missed that opportunity. Now, they've certainly wasted some space here, because this is just wasted space with the logo. They could have done a lot more with it. They could have highlighted, they could have done another spotlight. But speaking of spotlights, they've jumped into more spotlights here. Tanya is one of our newest therapists. Her specialities include health and nutrition. She loves talking to her clients and getting how they feel that day. And she's always thinking of her next destination to explore. She enjoys traveling. All of these things are again an important component of the spotlight, which again sets up bonding between the reader and the actual business. It's not just another dull newsletter that only has clinical content and that says, look at us, we're nice people, refer to us or come back to us. It's not that. It's just a very simple human connection with the newsletter, and it's a job well done. And right here is the offer. Actually, excuse me, I take that back. This is the offer right here, and this right here is the event. So again, the four components of a successful newsletter: the big message, the spotlight, the event, and the offer. So right here, this is where the event is. On September 19th, $10 from every 1 hour massage session will be donated to the Arthritis Foundation. I like the fact that they're tying in the event to some sort of a charitable cause, and that makes them even more credible, even more trustworthy, and serves the ultimate objective of the newsletter, which is to get the patient or the subscriber, the reader, the client, the customer to know like, and trust you. They've done a great job at that with this special event. And here, right here is the offer: half-hour upgrades for half price. What this means is if someone comes in for a half an hour massage, they can get an upgrade for an additional half an hour for half the price, which is an interesting offer. And as usual, they keep emphasizing the spotlight here. There's another spotlight, and the birthday seems to be a recurring component in their newsletter, which I'm not sure I would do each month, but they seem to be doing it. And again, an emphasis on spotlights, new faces. So overall, this is an analysis of the July and the August newsletter from the Massage Envy in my community. And like I said, they've done a great job with the 4 basic elements of a newsletter: the big message, the spotlight, the event, and the offer. You have a downloadable PDF document where you can actually see these 2 newsletters for your reference. And if you're a member of the therapy newsletter, which is a customizable, which is actually the world's #1 service for newsletters for physical therapists. So as a member of the therapy newsletter, all of this is completely customizable in your newsletter. It takes seconds to be able to add your own big message, to be able to quickly add a spotlight, feature an event, and the offers already inbuilt into each and every therapy newsletter. If you need any help, our customer support is standing by to help you. For more information about the therapy newsletter, please go to www.therapynewsletter.com, or you can give us a call at 201-535-4475. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to helping you with more cutting edge content and with more information on how newsletter marketing and other types of marketing can help you grow your practice. Thanks so much for watching.